Hello guys, this is my first YouTube video. My name is Face Stealer and I'm going to show you how to make a two-headed beanie bear. So what I do is I need to take both bears and cut them completely in half. So that's what I'm going to be working on doing right now. And as you can see, I'm already making a bit of a incision, so I'm just gonna keep going down and let those little beads fall up in my tray. And if you do this, make sure you have something under you just so those beans can fall. By the way, in case you didn't know, no, there's nothing creepy or dangerous or spider-like or weird inside the Beanie Babies, just fluff and beans. So I did cut the other one. Now I'm getting to the other one, making sure I get it right down the middle. You want to make sure that you get as close to the seam as possible if you can, popping the old stitching and just getting that. So to make sewing a little easier, you can see that I'm just cutting one half of the way and I'm keeping the head on the other so that I don't have to work more in stitching the heads. I can just place the two different body halves together and combine like that. So as you can see, I just threaded my needle and I'm going to go ahead and start doing a lattice stitch. If you don't know how to do a lattice stitch, there are a lot of YouTube tutorials that'll probably explain it a lot better than I can, but pretty much I go along the side of the fabric and I just weave like with the fabric and I make a little incision there, and then I go to the other piece of fabric and I stitch that, and then I just kind of pull it a little tautly, and then I just kind of work my way slowly down doing that lattice stitch. Pretty much what it's going to do is just nice and seamlessly close that fabric together so it doesn't look like there was obviously a stitch there. I don't know, I think it looks really nice and clean, and I don't know, I just prefer it. But if you guys have any suggestions on how to make it easier, that'd be cool. But this is just my method, so I hope you guys like it. And as you can see, I'm just kind of working my way down until I get to the bottom, and then I'll come back on and tell you guys a little bit about that. And just remember to, like, as you're working, just kind of pull that thread a little taut, not too hard, but obviously not too softly. You really don't want to like break your thread. And if you feel like something's happening, like your thread's going to break, just make a little knot in there and it'll make it a little easier. And here I am getting close to the crotch of the bear, I guess. So I'm going to tell you usually what I do when I get about here. I want to make sure that part is really nice and stitched up, like nothing's going to get through the bottom. So after I get all the way to the end and I just kind of lattice stitch it, oops, my thread broke. So forgive me, I'm just going to go ahead and tie that off again real quick, and I'm going to get down to business. I'm pretty much going to double and even triple thread it when I get to that seam where all four pieces of the fabric meet. And I'm going to make sure that I just go over and over, evenly spaced, and make sure I tie it really, really good. You really don't want anything coming down there. So as you can see, after I kind of lattice stitch it, I go right where that lattices, like that between area, and I just kind of sew together that excess on the other end. And here I am. I broke the thread and after finishing the bottom, and I'm going to start on the top. This part is really important because, as you could tell, I didn't, tie it together. I was just had the spool on that end. So I broke the thread off and rethreaded my needle, and now up at the top I'm going to sit there and just stitch that as tightly together as I can. You just want to make sure it's nice and tight, nothing's going to come loose. And as you can see here, I have extra thread, so where I did that lattice stitch, there's that like excess bit on the top. So I'm just going to go along the entire spine of that and just stick my needle through and tighten it. So here is everything I got for now. Now that it's nice and tightened, I'll go ahead and finish this up tomorrow, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like for now. I also didn't want to make this video too long, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.